Why, good morning, everybody. Today is June 1st. Yay, it's June. That's a summer month. It's officially summer to me, even though summer's not for a couple weeks. But although you wouldn't know by today's weather, it's a little cool out there today. But it's nice and sunny, which is what I like. So I hope you had a great weekend. What did I do? I had a busy weekend. We had Avery here last week, and we drove her back up to Massachusetts and stayed there overnight. So it was nice to spend some time with my son and daughter-in-law and Avery. And then came back, and yesterday did some work and was outside. It was so really nice. So I hope you had a good weekend too. So let's get on to today. We have 13 days, 14 days including today. Right? This Thursday we do not have school because it is field day, so you should have gotten an email from Mr. Manning. So look for that if you don't have it or it went to your parents. So Thursday is field day. But today in writing, we're going to get back to our DOL number 20. So take that out of your folder, please. All right, I'm just going to read them over, review them, and you can work on these tonight. So what was I thinking? I didn't get this set up. I always do. I'm going to try it this way. Number 1, use context clues to determine the meaning of the bolded words below. He pleaded with his dad to increase his allowance to $5 a week. What does pleaded mean? Number 2, the dog's incessant barking all day long drove the neighbors crazy. So what does incessant mean? Use your context clues. Number 3, which word is not spelled correctly? Not spelled correctly, so circle it. Number 4 and 5, correct the sentences. The guard fell asleep at 4, it looks like 400. Should be 4 o'clock because we know he fell asleep at a certain time. At 4 o'clock and waked up at 6:30. So fix those, that one. And then mother asked, will you iron these shirts? Oh, I hear dialogue in there. Remember what we do with that. Okay, so work on those 5 for today. We'll do Monday. All right. We're going to continue with our poetry unit that we've been working on. You guys have been doing a great job. I love the limericks. And like I said in your assignment last week on Friday, that limericks generally start with, there once was, and then people get silly. So I thought I would read you the class limericks. You can figure out maybe who wrote them. So listen for your own. Dot on a yacht. There once was a girl named Dot who loved fishing on a yacht. She would sail all day, no time to play, until her fish she got. Great one. Goat. There once was a loony old goat who wanted to sail on a boat across the 7 seas with a crew of trained fleas while wearing a long captain's coat. That one was from Powell. And I forgot to say, the dot on a yacht was from Callie's. Great job, Callie and Powell. The next one is Kitten by Kira. There once was a cat who wore flowers, who liked to go swimming for hours. The cat enjoyed singing to birds. The birds would repeat the same words. The cat would enjoy this for hours. Nice kitty. Do you have a kitty, Kara? Next one is Best Friends by Nick. There once was a little puppy who one day made friends with a little ducky. The two swam all day at a pond. Inseparable, the two had quite a bond. The 2 friends were very lucky. I agree, Nick. To have a good friend like that, you're lucky. The next one is A Boy Named Will, and this is by Jake. There once was a boy named Will. He had a pickle that was very dill. His brother named Jake likes to bake, and Will is on a pill. And the last one by Muhammad is Silly Man. There once was a silly man who changed his name to Dan. He lived in Portland town that smiled at everyone that had a frown, so everyone started to smile at Silly Dan. So you guys did a great job. Remember we said limericks were silly poems. Sometimes nonsense didn't make sense and things like that. So what we're going to do today, we're going to be starting on what are called Diamante poems. Let me zoom in a little closer. Making you dizzy there, right? You know, I never get this. It never works just right. See, there are two there. All right, there we go. Okay, so Diamante poems, and you'll see that in your packet, in your poetry Google slide. When I say packet, that's what I mean. I'm referring to Diamante. I see the word diamond in there. If the TE were a D, it would be the word diamond. And the reason why is because the poem makes a diamond shape. Now, these are the instructions for doing it, the red. But it spreads out just like a diamond. So you pick a noun. You write that first word down. Then you have two adjectives. Now let's remember, adjectives are words that describe something. And they need to be synonyms, so they need to be the same as the noun. So two adjectives about the noun. Then you have three words ending in ing. Ing words, ing words about the noun. Then, this is where we flip-flop on this line here. This half goes with the top. This half goes with the bottom. So, two synonyms. Synonyms are words that mean the same thing as something. So, they're going to mean the same as your noun. Or there's something about that noun. And then two antonyms, the opposite. Antonyms are opposite, remember. Now we've switched and we're talking about the opposite. Three words, antonyms ending in ing. Two adjectives, describing words that are opposites from here. And then what an opposite or an antonym noun would be. So here's an example that I did. Lion. Noun. Two adjectives. Majestic and proud. A lion is majestic and proud. Three words ending in ing. Roaring, snarling, growling. Those are all three things that a lion would do. Right? So now I have two words that are synonyms or have to do with the lion. So I wrote down Africa. Lions are from Africa. Grasslands. They live in the grasslands of Africa. This is our switch point. Now we're talking about the opposite. They don't live in a barnyard and they don't live in a meadow. Lions don't bleat. Do you know what bleat means? Bleat is the sound that goes, bah! Can you see where I'm heading to? Bah! Bleating. Leaping. It's kind of like a jumping, hopping, leaping. Grazing means eating in a field. Two adjectives of the antonym of the opposite would be meek. It means like quiet and shy and little, not necessarily teeny tiny, but they're quiet and gentle. And gentle is another word that I use, gentle. And the word I was describing is lamb. So I went from lion, and the opposite of lion is lamb. So when you pick your noun, you're going to think of your word. It doesn't have to be an animal. And then think of the opposite of it. And that's what you know is going to be at the bottom. So there's 7 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would recommend that you, if you're doing this, typing it in, or it might be easier if you write it. Oh, you could do it with typing. You guys are getting really good at that. Either way, type in lion and type in the opposite of it is lamb. Then you have to go back and do these sentences. So these sentences are opposite, but they're the same words as nouns. These words are adjective, describing. This describes a lion. This describes a lamb. These are 3 ing words. These are ing words about a lion. These are ing words about a lamb. Then the middle one, the first 2 words have to do with the lion. The second 2 words have to do with the lamb. Okay, and look what shape this has made. Take my yellow marker. And I have made a diamond. So this is why it is called a diamante. Okay. Now let's see, inside or one of the attachments on your assignment for today, if you look below where you are after you close out this video, you will see that there's a packet that I included. And in the packet, there's some samples of the different poems we've done. There's some samples of poems we have not done yet. You will find a sample of a diamante on the poetry Google slide, like I've had for all the other poems. And in the packet too, there's two authors that they're highlighting, and my books are all at school, so I don't have those to read to you. So it's in the packet. One of the authors is Jack Perletsky. You might have heard of him before. Maybe you did some poetry with him last year. And he's an author that writes poems geared towards kids. And they're really funny. And I just had a couple of them that I wanted to read to you, because this whole unit is about poetry. So, a centipede was thirsty. A centipede was thirsty, but to satisfy its need, it drank too much for it to hold, and so the centipede, get it? He peed. You know, when you drink too much, you peed, but it's a centipede, the crawly bug with all the legs. So listen to it again. A centipede was thirsty, but to satisfy its need, it drank too much for it to hold, and so the centipede, being silly and doing a play on words. The next one is Kitty caught a caterpillar. Kitty caught a caterpillar, Kitty caught a snail. Kitty caught a turtle by its tiny turtle tail. Kitty caught a cricket with a sticky bit of bread. She tried to catch a bumblebee. The bee caught her instead. Think about that. The bee caught the kitty. It stung her. Let's see. I've got a couple here. Maybe we'll read one more. My brother's bug. My brother's bug was green and plump. It did not run. It could not jump. It had no fur for it to shed. It slept all night beneath his bed. My brother's bug had dainty feet. It did not need a lot to eat. It did not need a lot to drink. It did not scream. It did not stink. It always tried to be polite. It did not scratch. It did not bite. The only time it soiled the rug was when I squashed my brother's bug. Ew. But that's a funny one. So those are some poems by Jack Perletsky. You can look through that packet. There's all different things in there. There's some samples of diamantes in there, I believe. Look through it and see. I had some other samples here, but diamantes, but I didn't put those on there. But I know you'll find them on there. Again, if you have any questions, put a little comment up in the top. I go in and out of your Google Classroom all day long, a million times. So everybody have a great day. Okay? Bye.